who is this? I don't give a fuck. This NBA talk, we hear this courtside. I got Q in the building. Boston Celtics world champs. You ain't never gonna hear me some shit like that. Miami Heat here. What's good, Q?
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. I appreciate that. Anything is possible. Other than that, let's start off with our season picks. Who do you have winning MVP this season? Let's just go straight into that.
So my opinions about, especially because of the whole offseason, if Jayson Tatum or Jalen Brown were ever going to win the MVP in their career,
this is the year.
This would be the year I would think for them. They have literally the most to prove out of everybody in the NBA, honestly.
Yeah, they do.
And it's just based off the lack of respect. I don't know if I've ever seen defending world champs, newly crowned world champs, as disrespected as them. Probably since maybe Curry won his first ring, maybe.
So, who I got for MVP? Y'all gonna hate me for this pick? I'm gonna pick it anyway. Excuse my French. I'm gonna go Braun. And the reason why I got like I'll pick my 5. So we got Luka, I got Shea, I got Braun, I got Giannis, and I think Tatum will be a part of it. And this is what I was saying, Q, you're gonna like this part. I think Jayson Tatum will finish either second or third in MVP talks. I think Jalen Brown is their best player, quote unquote. Like I would rather have Jalen than I would Jayson, even though Jason's I feel like is a more talented player, and I feel like Jalen is a more effort-driven player, meaning like he's the one that does the intangibles to win. But I feel like something happened in this summer for Tatum, and I feel like him being slighted with the Olympic. Listen, I'm a Miami Heat fan, so all the praise I'm about to give this man, y'all about to just take it with a grain of salt, or however you want to take it. I feel like the fact that he got slighted this summer in the Olympics, he's gonna come on opening night, and he's gonna have something to prove, and he's gonna show everybody in the basketball world that I'm still that mofo. And he's been that guy. He's been a very efficient scorer. He's not my pick for MVP. Like I said, I'm gonna go with Braun. But I feel like Tatum is gonna be either close second or third if he doesn't finish.
Why are you going with Braun?
The reason why I'm going with Braun is because he got his son in the building, and I feel like Braun is gonna say, "Look, I'm the GOAT," and then he got Bronny there on the bench, and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna show you really how to do this." You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people are like, they're like, "Oh, LeBron passed his prime. He this and that." LeBron's still putting up 25, 7, and 7. He was still the best player on the court in the Olympics run. Everybody looked at him saying, like, "Hey, take us home." I feel like he could do it. Now, obviously, I don't feel like he plays for stats at this. I don't feel like he plays for stats at this point of his career. But I feel like if the Lakers get any semblance of a playoff team, meaning a top 4 seed, like I think that he'll be the reason. Now, I'm hoping he can pull it off, especially with the fact that he's in his advanced age. I'm gonna pick Braun, bro. I'm picking Braun. Like, something just tells me like Braun is like the narrative around what he's getting ready to do this season is getting ready to be something good. So
maybe the narrative of him actually playing with his son, it does make his MVP story interesting again, because while he's definitely been an MVP deserving player since almost 10 years ago when he last won his last MVP. The story around like whatever season it is, it hasn't been as interesting for voters in a political standpoint. Because honestly, he could have won the MVP in like 2018. Just throw out a year. However, there is a thing as a voters fatigue, which is real, which is unfair to players and to coaches. I think I agree with you about Tatum feeling slighted, especially when in the finals he did something that was very, very underrated, that actually doesn't get talked about, which is stopping the Dallas Mavericks bailout play. So basically, the Dallas Mavericks whole last year in the playoffs, if Luka and Kyrie couldn't get a clean look at the bucket because the center stepped up, they would just throw it up to Lively or Gafford for the easy dunk,
Yes.
which exposes your big man because the big men they were facing weren't athletic enough to guard them and to stop the lob threat. However, what Boston did, they put Tatum on the center. They put Tatum on Lively, they put Tatum on Gafford because Tatum, if there is a play where it has to switch, all right, cool. Now Jalen Brown's not guarding Luka anymore. Now Drew Holiday, Derek White aren't guarding Kyrie anymore. Now it's Tatum, who's athletic enough to guard those two players.
Seriously.
Enough to where the original defender can recover, and he's athletic enough to catch the lob himself or deflect the lob, which he didn't get a credit for at all because he led our team in rebounds. But yeah, I just can't. I can't wait.
Here, Jayson Tatum is with Paul Pierce getting his hug before opening his ring night. So Noah Dalzell, shout out to Noah.
I need one of them jackets.
It's fly. I mean, he was warming up his threes before the game. I mean, with Tatum, I feel like look, and you ain't gonna hear me say too much about your Celtics, Q. I'll give y'all some praise today because it's opening night. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I know you're in a good mood. I know how you feeling. I don't think Jayson Tatum is a top 5 player in the game, but I feel like he's gonna get his respect this season, and I feel like I feel like this will be the year where he kind of just solidifies that.
I think the Boston Celtics should have been getting their respect as a team, especially with Jalen Brown and Jayson Tatum, because we've damn near been in the conference finals, if not the NBA finals,
every single year that they've been in the league. Yeah,
we've literally done more than some of like the peers that get put over Tatum, specifically Luka and Shea.
So, we can start there. Luka. Would you rather have Luka or Jayson?
Specifically, Luka and Shea. They've been getting put over for over Tatum and Brown, and they haven't done as much. Now, no disrespect to Luka, he's literally a walking bucket. But there's certain things about Luka intangibly that I don't like, such as the crying. He's cried less than last season, and health wise, he's not healthier than Tatum. He always has some type of ankle or knee issues. So I'd rather take Tatum. I don't blame honestly.
I don't blame you. I mean, if you look, when it comes to like ball dominant players, the fact that Jayson can play in a system, the fact that he can guard multiple positions, the fact that he can also pass the ball, he can also score, and he's not ball dominant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I can't blame you too much. So my thing with like a Luka, and like I don't think Luka, like people say Luka is like LeBron. I think Luka's like a lot more ball dominant than LeBron has ever been. And like I feel like that's not a recipe to win when you have the ball in your hands 60-70% of the time. Like it's difficult because defenses can load up like Boston did, and they know what you're gonna do. So if they just take out the head of the snake, we're good. Either you let you go your So
Luka is more James Harden from not just play style, but even body type.
Oh, for sure.
They're shape. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's not that you can't win. It's just that it makes it that much more difficult because it's easier to guard somebody when you know what you're expecting. What's good, Randy?
What's good, Randy?
You see the shirt? I told Q, his shirt is fly, bro. Don't hate on him too much. Today's ring night, so we can't say say too much.
You got it.
I wish we were playing against y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be playing against.
You wouldn't want that on opening night.
Whoever
you wouldn't want that on opening night.
Hey,
whoever we're playing right now. I don't.
Hey, y'all, just enjoy the Knicks tonight because y'all they're gonna win.
I don't even want to play the Knicks because the Knicks are getting too much credit for stuff they haven't done yet.
Yeah, the Knicks. I don't. What you gonna say, Randy? Because I think the Knicks are a little bit overrated. To be honest, we'll see.
We don't know, so we just gotta see.
Randy,
we don't know.
I told you it wasn't me.
Our recording. My bad. Hey, we don't know, man. It's a lot of hype behind him, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this then, Randy, because we just asked who's going to be our MVP. So I'll do this quickly, a little bit more expedited. So let's do Rookie of the Year, six-man Depoy, and then Most Improved. Who y'all got? And then if y'all want me to go rookie, I'll go Reed Shepard. I got my pick for Rookie of the Year is Reed Shepard. I think he's gonna have the best. You're gonna hear a lot of me talking about the Houston Rockets. Six man. I don't know who I got for six man. Honestly, I couldn't tell you that right now. But at deep and in Depoy, I'm gonna go Wemby. Most Improved. I don't even have a pick yet, but Depoy, I'm going Wemby. Y'all let me know. I got some other surprises.
I agree with your Wemby pick. I honestly, the rookie class hasn't really impressed me.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I don't even know who I would pick. Honestly, Connect.
I don't blame you for saying that.
Connect in LA.
He's nice. Alton Connect is nice. He's nice. He can play. He can play a little bit.
Probably him, depending on what kind of minutes he can get. I don't know about 6 men a year either. Maybe Jame for you guys, depending on his role.
That wouldn't be a bad one.
Yeah, you said who?
I said JJ. Jaime Jaquez Jr. That would be.
Okay,
that wouldn't
okay.
be. Yeah. So, Manny, if you want to answer that too, and I'm gonna ask this next question.
I'm gonna agree with you on the defensive player of the year. Yeah,
Wemby. Yeah, I think we all got. Everybody got Wemby.
I think he should have won last year.
Really, over Gobert?
Yeah. Six man.
Six man.
I'll say Zach Edey. Maybe.
Zach Edey, nice. Zach Edey could play. A lot of people be hating on Zach Edey. He could play.
He might even win Rookie of the
I
Year
feel like
too.
he's gonna affect the offense having a big of that size. Well, granted, I feel like every team has a big that's like 7'4", 7'5". So like not even 7'4", like 7'1" at least. Every team has a big that's 7'1". So but like of his, I wouldn't say you could say skill set because I mean he's mentally there. Six man.
Malik Monk.
That's not a bad pick. I don't know if he's going to be starting for Sacramento.
I was going to ask, is Naz Reid starting?
No. Naz Reid won last year, and he won't start over Julius, but no, he started last year.
So I think it might be Naz Reid because he's decent off the bench.
He's good. Naz Reid has been good. Jelly fam. Shout out to Jelly fam.
Y'all feel like he's more comfortable coming off the bench than starting?
He should be because he ain't better than Julius.
I don't like Julius.
I like Naz Reid, but he ain't. I love Pitbull. Hey, I've been a Pitbull Randall fan. I've always called him Pitbull. I've been a Pitbull Randall fan since I seen him in high school. Yeah, like he's
aggressive.
He's good. Is he better than Cat? Nah. Is he better than Cat? No, he's not better than Cat.
I think he's a better fit. I think they won. I think Minnesota won that trade.
Really? Why do you say that?
You need somebody aggressive.
Randy, you agree? Okay, maybe I'm crazy. I'm the only one that.
Nah, because look at it like this, right? When you look at Brunson and basically the other guards for the Knicks, they're all real. They want to talk it out. That Naz Reid, you have like Gobert doesn't. You can toss him to the side. McDaniels, Edwards, like those are some players that are like. Those are like some dogs, bro. Gritty people, bro. And wait. The backup guard that the Minnesota picked up might get Rookie of the Year too. Dillingham, yeah.
Dillingham?
Rob Dillingham, and I'm gonna talk about him in a minute.
Or Nico Alexander.
I like his game. He's
I think Minnesota won.
Go ahead, Q.
No, go. Keep going. You say you think
Minnesota won the trade just from the standpoint with having Julius Randle on the team. Now, I don't want to see it, but he's liable to miss games. Since he's liable to miss games, it also provides an opportunity to re-sign Naz Reid. Whereas Cat does not miss a whole bunch of games. So Naz Reid is not limited in his playing time and probably would look to go elsewhere for more playing time. So with having that Julius Randle, it's interchangeable. it provides more playing time for Naz Reid. I think Julius does fit Minnesota's mentality more as far as grittiness, where Cat doesn't. I don't think Cat is. I don't really think Cat's all that either. If I had, because in my own personal head,
Really?
I have a starting 5 overrated list, and Cat does start in
Really?
my. Yeah. Yeah, and especially after game 3 last year when he says, I take 1,000 shots a day. Like I work on that.
So I'll say
There you
this
go.
to that. I'll add my 2 cents. So I heard Gil's Arena talking about the trade today, and they're like, "Oh, the Timberwolves are better because they lost Cat." I'm gonna be I vehemently disagree with you, with Randy Q, and with Gilbert and that.
Yeah.
I don't see how they look. They talking about Anthony Edwards MVP season, which I could believe because he's gonna have to average 30 points plus for them to win. And that's funny because we're gonna talk about him in a minute too. I don't see how they won this trade. Cat is an all NBA type of performer. Julius Randle is coming off an injury. Julius Randle and he again, Pipple Randle is one of my favorite players, but he's been a ball stopper. And again, you got Cat who could stretch the floor. Julius is not stretching the floor like Cat is, and you got the fact that Cat is still a good player. Like I don't see it, y'all. I don't see how they trade into Julius for a Cat.
So you don't think Cat is a ball stopper when he's deciding to take majority of his shots outside the line?
Yeah, but he's 20-10, and he could guard.
Yeah, but when he's off,
he like granted. I understand what you say that that like Randall's a ball stopper, but I feel like it still fits Minnesota's style of play because at the end of the day, like when the ball's coming up, like for example, if it's a fast break, you already know what time it is. They're going straight to the rim. Like you can have Naz Reid on the court. A lot of players like McDaniels that could either spot up in the other corner or that can cut back door. And I think but Edwards is the type of player that Julius Randle's going to have to respect. Like he's gonna have to respect.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah, I agree. I mean, hey, what's good, Key? I don't know if you can hear me, but what's good?
Come on, bro. If you got somebody else that you know and you've seen could put up buckets, and this guy just came from the conference finals, you're gonna have to respect that. Bro. The one thing I love about Anthony Edwards, he likes to have fun. He talks his trash and he backs it up. That's gonna be a hard time for Julius Randle to really compete with that in practice. And if they compete enough, at some point he's gonna have to gain the respect. I feel like Anthony Edwards never got he respected Cat because the dude's on my team, but he never respected I could give that guy the ball in crunch time. No, Julius Randle's gonna see Edwards in that fashion.
You know what's real interesting about that? I don't know if y'all seen the clip of Julius Randle. I mean, not Cat Karl-Anthony Towns, because he don't deserve no nickname. Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards after their preseason game, and they're switching jerseys, and they were talking about, huh?
Keep going.
And there was would you want to be reunited with Carl? And he has this interesting sound bit where he pretty much says, "Yeah, I would love to come here after the deal's up." I don't know if y'all saw that.
I did see it. I'm trying to find the clip for y'all right now. I did see it. I saw exactly what you're talking about.
It was real. So I see what Randy's saying. I think they have a respect from each other, from a brotherhood.
For sure.
But yeah,
this is the clip you're talking about. I got it right here, Q. So they're exchanging.
Yep, right here. Yep. And there's a fan who asks the question.
Fast forward a little bit. Where are you, Sam? Q, where are you, Sam?
I said there's a fan in the back that's asking the question to Anthony Edwards, and he answers. I don't know if he didn't realize the camera was on. This is low-key kind of like tampering, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Cat is real passive. Like when Rudy was getting choked out, you supposed to go over there and
handle some business, make some furniture move. I think honestly that's going to be the reason why Anthony leaves Minnesota. I have no understanding why they traded. I don't see why they would trade away one of their best players on the team and then expect their best player on the team to stay. I don't. I think the Timberwolves are going to take a step back because of the silly trade, and I think that they kind of, I don't even want to curse, but I think that they messed up their team.
Time out. They also got Dante DiVincenzo. That's a great addition.
What does that matter?
That's a great addition.
You were in the West Finals without both of them, so why would you need them?
Defensively, because Mike Conley can't guard nobody.
You got Rob Dillingham. Why would you need to?
We don't know what he can do.
I feel like they messed up their team. Honestly,
We don't know what they can do. Mike Conley, I respect it. He can't guard nobody.
But you got Rob, and I'm not expecting Rob to be a defensive lockdown player. I'm expecting Rob to be like a really shifty player to come in, give at least 10 points per game, 5 assists. But I'm like, I don't understand the trade. And Minnesota has been plagued by stupidity since the Glenn Taylor ownership. And I mean, like Alex Rodriguez owns the team.
Since we got KG from them.
They would never split up the two of them. So it's like, why would you?
I think what they did instead of replacing Cat, they substituted him, bro.
What's good, Key?
What's going on? But yeah, I think instead of replacing Cat, they just substitute him with a bunch of players that, like, bro, put it like this. I feel like in the huddle, when Anthony Edwards is demanding and they're like, yo, we got to do this, and you're looking at everybody in their eyes. When they look at Karl Anthony Towns, he was like, bro, there's nothing to shy away from. Like, you need to be to be with people who are dedicated on the same page. You need to be able to look at somebody in their eyes and understand that, yo, like, I need you to do this, I need you to do this, I need you to do this. Cat he doesn't seem like one of the players. Like, point blank. He doesn't seem like him at all. So I don't think you can't swap out player for player, but you can, bring in some players that can substitute and potentially help you. Because look, bro, we're looking at the Boston crazy when they let go of what's his name? No, not Isaiah. Bro, they just dropped him this past year. Marcus Smart. I was like, why would you do that?
Robert Williams.
But look how it benefited them. They ended up winning the championship.
Man, I didn't mind that trade. Hey, Key, I was trying to ask you to turn your phone because I was trying to get you like vertical, but you can leave it like that for now. Okay, I don't know how to get it like to turn the other way.
How I get it the other way?
I have no clue. We're gonna figure that out later. But I'll start off with you because we're gonna go into our next segment. Who do you feel like is most likely to make their first All-Star appearance this year? If you want to go first, I got a few names.
Nah, yeah, let me think on it.
I'll go first. I got 2 names: Jamal Murray, Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green, who just signed and we're gonna talk about him and his contract. He just signed for like $100 and something mil. I feel like he already an average 20 points per game. I feel like the Rockets are going to be a sleeper team that'll get into the playoffs. And I feel like the fact that they'll be led by him and or Sengun, I feel like is his team to kind of – I feel like it's his year. I feel like he's coming into a really good season, and I feel like he's going to make his first All-Star game. So I'm going to go either him or Jamal Murray. That's my pick.
For me, I think it's either going to be Victor Dub or Chet.
Oh.
I like what the Spurs doing over there. And that I thought Greek the Freak was one of a kind. This is crazy to me. Like, he's 7'5" and playing like a guard. It's ridiculous. I can see sky's the limit for him.
He gonna make an All-Star team. Yeah, that was an obvious pick. I didn't even think of that.
Right.
He gonna. Yeah, that was the obvious pick. That was silly. I didn't even think of
Yeah,
that one.
Chet, Victor, but in the East, Cade Cunningham can win it.
That's
be like as an All-Star reserve. Y'all forgetting about Paulo? Wait, was Paulo All-Star last year?
He was an All-Star last year.
He was an All-Star last year. What's the other boy he played with? Franz
Wagner.
Yeah.
He should be making an All-Star. Yes.
Yeah. Evan Mobley. Those are all All-Star potential players.
I'll tell y'all about it. Hey, keep going, Evan Mobley. Keep going. Next play.
Wait, what happened?
No, nothing happened. Ain't that happened. Shout out to Evan Mobley. I met Evan Mobley in LA. Yeah, Evan Mobley. I met him in LA. Yeah.
What you mean he all right? What you mean he all right? What he did to you? What you mean he all right?
I hope Evan Mobley got a good year. I hope Evan got a good year. That's
for the squabble.
Who you got, Randy?
I kind of agree with the fellas.
Yeah,
Like Chet, even though he changed the jump shot, man, I don't like that. But he's been playing with some fire. I feel like Wemby's a shoo-in. Outside of Wemby, I like your pick of Jalen, but was it? No, Hyman was a rookie. Not rookie, but he was. Did he make the team?
You talking about Triple J?
J-Dub?
Nah, he talking about Hawkins. He's talking about Triple J.
I think J-Dub is a potential All-Star.
You know who we not talking about that I just kind of forgot? Tyler Hero.
I thought about him too.
Tyler Hero should be making an All-Star team. If Miami wants to take the next step, he has to make an All-Star team.
He gotta stay all together.
I'm telling you, that's why I went over him.
Yeah,
he's fragile.
That's why I picked Jalen Green too, because of the same reason. But I'm like, if Miami wants to do something, he has to be an All-Star with Van and Jimmy. Like, if we can get 3 of them, it's a wrap.
He just has to
play.
When Chris Paul starts to play outside the scope of his game, that's when he always gets injured. I feel the same way with Tyler Hero. If Tyler Hero could just be a shooter, not try to do too much, drive when he needs to, just like simple plays and plays the game how he needs to. Yeah, he could definitely be an All-Star, but he just has to play within his game.
Well, I mean, speaking of Hero, go, keep going.
So you don't think he should be driving it in?
But like, at times, like, all right, at times when Jimmy's cooking, you can see Tyler not necessarily force it, but he tries to get in Jimmy's bag. Like, nah, bro, like you don't gotta just keep it like if pump fake, get to the lane,
keep it simple. Yeah,
you don't gotta cut
true.
left, right, nah, man, back and forth and shoot like a Clay, but a little bit more versatile. That's it. He's a lot more versatile, but like,
and that's the problem.
Yeah, you don't have to be physical. Just keep the game simple for yourself.
Yeah. You ain't never gonna hear me talk bad about Boy Wonder because he didn't took my team to the finals. Once when he was a rookie, and then obviously, like, I feel like if we would have had him against Denver, we would have won a chip.
I like the new look.
With the low, he looked like he's just ready to work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like he just ready.
He looks focused, man, and I hope he could keep that.
We're gonna see
of the season, but like I'm behind him.
Y'all see?
Being said, go. Yeah, I was gonna ask y'all this next. Go, Key. What you gonna say? What you gonna say?
No, just a side note. Y'all seen them fighting in the stands?
Yeah.
What happened?
Fighting?
No, they were interviewing Tyler and the last Heat game, the last preseason game, and people were fighting in the stands. Typical Miami scene.
I was about to go look it up and find it.
Yeah, go right now. The fighting in the stands. That's crazy.
Just continuing to figure out what we can do to get ready for the season. I'm distracted by a fight up there. This is crazy.
Well, hopefully that breaks up here soon. We'll let you go, Tyler. Thank you so much for the time.
All
right.
I didn't see that. That's
tough. And there's an actual clip where you see them fighting, so it's crazy.
I'm about to go find that clip too. Let me ask y'all this: who do y'all feel like is going to be the surprise team in this the NBA rather, or the surprise? I'll go first. I think it's the Heat. I think Miami gonna do a lot of.
Come on.
I think it's too many seasons. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
I think y'all have well established who y'all are as an identity in a team. So for y'all to surprise people, that's crazy. Y'all, everybody know what y'all do. Y'all draft well. Y'all play hard. Y'all beat people that other people don't think that y'all should be or could be.
Right.
I think
a surprise team,
yeah, that's the only thing.
I think a surprise team out the East is going to be Orlando.
That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick.
That's a surprise team because everybody has been criticizing and looking crazy. I think everybody is looking at Jalen Suggs' contract he just got as a crazy contract. but not realizing what kind of player he actually is. And same thing for the Wagner. For Wagner, they don't realize what kind of players they have over there in Orlando. Orlando is not that city where you can just take the night off.
No, not at all. So they got two all NBA type players. Paulo's not there yet. Neither is Franz, but they're like damn near.
Paulo like 20 and 10
They should be on somebody's all the league.
Yeah, but they play with grit, man. I like any teams that play with grit, man.
And again, they're in the playoffs. They're only getting better. They're a young team. Jonathan Isaac came back. He gained like 30 pounds. Cute, that's not a bad pick. But yeah, I'm gonna go my Heat. I'm gonna go my Heat for sure though. I think Miami will surprise my teams. Because like again, we're a play-in team last year. So yeah, I think we're gonna be surprised on a lot of teams this year. I think they're gonna get a top 4 seed. We got we just
got to stay healthy. It's always Reau or somebody.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They just gotta stay healthy.
I'm really excited to see how you guys play with your rookie. Where I hope that he actually does get a ton of starting minutes, so you can see what Bam looks like at the 4. Because a lot of people don't realize Bam and Tatum are damn near the same exact height, and he's been playing center this whole time.
6'8", 6'9", yeah.
And to piggyback on that, I feel the exact same way, and I'm talking like not for 5 minutes, like. I want to see them on the court together for some good minutes because Spurs has a habit of keeping Bam at the 5. So I don't know. I'm hoping he moves to the 4.
He looked good in the preseason games, and I don't really watch preseason like that, but he looked good defensively and offensively.
Let me ask you this: do you feel like because I mean I guess we're gonna shift a little bit. So question. So we just talked about the surprise team. I know we briefly spoke about the rookie class. I mean, like I said, I heard some names for Zach Edey. Obviously I picked Reed Shepard. Which rookie do you feel like will have the most viral moments this season? I got a name. If y'all ain't got a name, if y'all want me to go first, I'll start it off.
You said viral?
Mm-hmm.
What's the kid from Houston again?
Reed Shepard.
Yeah, Shepard. I feel Shepard. I feel Shepard going to have a few highlight reels.
That was one of my picks. So I'm gonna go. One of my picks was my pick is Rob Dillingham from the Timberwolves. That boy will cross you up, and I feel like he's gonna be on everybody's single highlight package this season. So I'm going with Rob, especially because he's playing with Ant and he's gonna throw a block. You can expect to see a bunch of blocks. So I'm definitely going with Rob.
They play tonight, right?
Yeah, they play tonight at 10.
Bro, between him and Edwards, bro, them boys about to be a pro. Like, man, they look like their energies match. Like, they like to have fun, but they also go hoop and they can back it up. So, like, that's gonna be I feel like that's gonna be a scary, scary sight.
You can hear my Celtics stream, but I like the fact that you have a dynamic point guard with a developing, obviously, superstar. I feel like in Anthony Edwards, and I feel like he's going to learn a lot from Conley. I feel like this guy's going to be. If he wins Rookie of the Year, I wouldn't be surprised. Even as a backup, he's going to be a backup point guard. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. But my pick would be Reed.
That's why I think having Dante is important over there too, so you can learn from him defensively.
And Dante is going to be on one this season because you already seen it.
He's hitting shots too.
Yeah, he ready to show everybody. Yeah. Now, all right. So now we speaking on Brooks. Let me ask you this: let's. I feel like everybody on this panel is going to say Victor, but let's not name Victor. If you could pick one player to start an NBA franchise with, who are you picking? Let's do this. If you got one player to pick to win a championship next year to start your franchise, who are you picking? Not named Victor Wembanyama, because my pick will be Victor. Sorry.
We have an age gap, or it's like there's an age cap.
Anybody in the league.
Oh.
If I can't say Victor, I'm gonna say my boys, JT and JB. Off the top of my head, but let me think.
Because I feel like Victor's the easy answer. You know what I'm saying?
But there's a few easy answers.
Go, then give me some more. Give me some more, Key. Who you got?
I would start a franchise with either Luka or Ant. I would start with one of those two. Because I feel like with Ant's athleticism, he can do it all: jump, defend, shoot the three. And then Luka already. That's just like a scoring machine. I can build a team around that.
If I go, you
I
got to
don't know.
name because I got some names too. I don't know if it's that
And
easy,
can
Keith.
defend. And can
What he
defend,
said?
but not against. He was getting cooked against them boys in Dallas.
Yeah, but it was.
I'd give you that, but I felt like he was the only one.
He was working,
leaving it on the floor at one point.
Both ways, bro.
Right.
Because at one point he was exhausted. He had like one or two games he played well. After that, he just looked tired because he had to bring the ball up.
That boy was looking like Jimmy Butler.
He had to be the best defender.
Oh, you read my mind.
Like,
you read my mind.
With a player, like for example, with a player
that boy
like
was looking like Jimmy Butler against the Lakers.
Vincenzo, like that takes a lot of pressure off him because Cat wasn't doing much. Cat was watching that man suffer.
I'm telling you.
And that man, like, you could tell he wanted to win.
Thank you. That was the point I was telling DJ earlier.
Like he said, he reminded me of Jimmy
against the Lakers. That's the point I was kind of making with Dante. That's why I really think that they kind of edged out that trade over the Knicks. But Luka, it's hard to win with a player like that. Like, so Luka is definitely a player who can average 35 points, but you should not want your best player averaging 35 points. It sounds good for a stat sheet, but whenever your player, your best player is averaging 35 or close to 35, that means your team is kind of terrible outside of that one individual player. Think about it.
So
players who have averaged 35. You have MJ who won the championship, but you also have.
sorry about that.
You also have. No, you're good. You also have Kobe who averaged.
In and out.
Yeah.
Dang. I'm cooking right now.
Did you guys expect? Did y'all expect the Mavericks to have that deep run last year?
No. I mean, did I expect them to go to the finals? No. Once they played OKC, I picked them to beat OKC.
Okay. Because I feel like because I feel like he's surrounded with these athletic big men and Lively and the other dude, and then now you bring over Clay. Kyrie's still there. I don't know, man.
I don't blame you because, like, again, that team is that Mavs squad is squad deep, so I wouldn't blame you too much on that.
I didn't expect to make a deep run like that, and honestly,
let me see. What were Q? You were saying something?
No,
Randy,
I didn't expect them to make a deep run like that. Yeah, they matched up really well against the Timberwolves.
I'm telling you,
that was a perfect team to match up against the Timberwolves to expose what the Timberwolves really need to fix in order to take that next step. Because they ran through the Lakers and they were giving teams issues throughout the years, but when you have like nothing against McDaniels, but you needed more offensive production. It was too late for them to figure out, okay, we know Nas Reed's good, but like you could tell they were struggling to see how to fit him in to the system because
how to fit him right.
Cat was taking bad shots. Like, come on, bro. They could have been a better ran offense, but I think with the trade, I agree with Q, man. Them boys came out on top because you're bringing defensive power, you're bringing offensive power, and you're bringing more like DiVincenzo's a dog, bro.
Reliability.
Anthony Edwards a dog.
You don't really like this trade. You don't really like this trade, bro. Y'all really like
this trade. What trade?
It's a New York.
I'm shaking my head, dog. I'm sorry. Y'all really like this trade.
Wait. The one.
It's been a trade with Julius Randle and Cat. Y'all really like this trade. The way y'all talking, I can hear it. Y'all love this trade.
So who got the better deal?
They think Minnesota do.
But why do you feel like it's not a good?
Well, you talking about me? Because Cat is better than Julius.
Oh no, I love what New York did with Bridges and Cat, but I'm just saying Randall is a dog, so I don't.
Pippo Randall, yeah, but nah, I think they fucked their team up just by losing. Like, why would you lose Cat? I don't. We gonna see. Again, I don't understand. I think
it's the energy of the players. It all matches, man, because they're gonna be in that locker room, and like. Bro, y'all boys experience. You could tell when a dude's shying away and he's mentally clocking out, right? You could see that. and Cat looks like the player to be like, he'll mentally clock out when it's like, yo, we need you. Okay, yeah, I got you. Like, nah, bro. Like, you can look at Randall, yo. You like, I could see DiVincenzo, not even Dillingham. I could see DiVincenzo or Anthony Edwards or Reeves telling Randall, yo, you're not hit right now. Like, we need to figure something out. And we're not trying to take you out the game, but we need you to start hitting. But let's figure something. I feel like they could have that conversation without them completely shying away and it affecting their game. If that makes sense.
Key, what are you gonna say?
But at the same time, when Randall was over there at New York, he was missing in action at times when they needed him in the playoff or whenever they needed him to get into the playoffs. So I do feel like the Knicks, if Cat could get his shit together with Bridges and Brunson getting some help, I don't know, man. They can do some damage.
I feel like they could go to the East Finals, dog.
Yeah, they could do some
It's a good
damage.
trade for both teams.
Because I'm
right.
Jalen.
It's a good trade for both teams.
I feel like New York is one more piece away. I feel like you can't win with Jalen as your number one, nor Cat as your number one. So they need one more person to come. If Anthony were to play on that team, I would pick them to win the ship. Honestly, like they need one more player.
So you don't think Bridges is a good third piece?
No, I don't think he could be we've already seen it. We've already seen him as your third best player. What happens? They lost. They lost to when they played in the finals already.
But you don't feel like
they made it to the final.
But that would give Josh Hart the range to play more freely, I would think. Having those two over there.
I think that a lot of people have been hating on the NBA, which I don't understand. I feel like the NBA has never been better. The NBA has never had this much amount of like in the last decade. We've seen 4 different championship winners.
Right.
We've seen a 19-year-old 55 overall pick score 17 points. We got a 40-year-old who's damn near in MVP conversations. I don't feel like the NBA has ever been this talented since I've been watching. And then I'll say this: the fact that I have to say that you got an All-NBA player and another All-NBA player, and you still need another All-NBA player to win. I feel like they need one more piece because like Mikal Bridges is a good player, but I feel like in this NBA, because we already seen him play in Phoenix, and he was the third or fourth option there, and they didn't win. So I'm like, they need one more. I feel like they need one more player.
And they don't play defense. They weren't playing outside of Book. None of them were playing defense like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they could. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see. Q's not here, but let me ask y'all this: which team do y'all got going to the NBA Finals? I'm gonna share this GM survey because they kind of sent this to me. So 83% of GMs got Boston Celtics winning, followed by the Thunder, followed by the Mavericks. Last year, every GM picked either Boston or Denver to win, and obviously Boston won. Do you feel like they're going to repeat as champions, or would you pick the field?
Honestly, they got a great chance of repeating, man. And what's crazy about it, you know, everyone talks about Tatum, but man,
Brown's the anchor.
Even before how he showed up in that series, Jalen Brown was always caught my eyes over Tatum. It's just to see him defend and score and go about his business. I don't know, man. And what people don't recognize is Drew Holiday, man. Drew playing defense and putting up points puts pressure on the point guards, and it just leaves the other two to play their game.
Like,
what were you gonna say, Randy?
Don't get me wrong. Everything he said is absolutely correct. Because with Drew Holiday, you know, you get like a more polished Marcus Smart, someone who's gonna be a willing passer, who doesn't mind doing the dirty work, who doesn't mind getting the hard matchup, and he's consistent. He's hella consistent in what he does, and he's confident in what he does. And then you have White right next to him. It's the same fucking thing, and the same player willing to, you know, team players. So it's a good matchup. But like he said, man, I even said it last year, bro. You could always tell Boston was pushing Tatum to be the number one. But it was always Brown go up at the end of the day, bro. Brown always shows up.
So are y'all taking the field, or y'all think the Celtics don't repeat?
If I'm going to put out 3 teams, I would say Celtics, Heat, and you can't fall asleep on Greek 3 because I feel like that boy hungry.
How y'all feel about the Bucks? You think Dame and Giannis could get it together?
I think so because those.
No.
I'm a big Giannis fan, but I just wish Dame came to the Heat. I don't know. I don't like the fit.
It'll be too much if he came to the
either.
Heat. Too much. Like,
why?
Because he's gonna want his shots.
That's fine. We need a guard.
We need that. I felt like we needed that.
No, we absolutely need it.
Terry Rozier or Damian Lillard?
Hurry up and say
that. I love Terry, but
I feel like he's a better fit for the Heat overall because he.
You think Terry is a better fit than Dame?
Because that's what I've seen. You've seen flashes of it. Like,
I agree with that because when he was catching stride, he got hurt.
He was looking nice,
and then
and you could tell.
But I'm not going. Dame is a top 70. No, I'm not going to do that.
This is no pinch or no knock at Damian Lillard's game at all. Just for me, Scary Terry's Rozier's style of play just fits the Heat in a better fashion, and it wasn't like you could tell Butler was checking his game out and seeing if he could hang with the boys, and it's like it wasn't like they were stepping on each other's toes.
Right.
One of the commenters put Bucks are cooked with Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham plus Middleton's injury. This is for you, Keith. And then the Bucks can't beat the Celtics or Knicks to me. So he got the Celtics and Knicks over the Bucks. And I got Miami over Milwaukee.
No, that was just a question. If I'm picking the finals, it's out of Celtics or the Heat for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so honest.
I'm gonna go to the field. I don't think anybody in the next 6 years is gonna repeat. I think again we're in a different era of the NBA. I think it's gonna be a long time before we start seeing like teams really start to put dynastic runs together. And I feel like the next dynasty that appears in the NBA is gonna be like the best quote unquote team that we've really seen. Again, I don't feel like the NBA has ever been this talented. In the 76 history. So. We got a 7'6" rookie that couldn't win Defensive Player of the Year. Like, there's so many different types of players and their skills. Chris Paul is still in the league, bro.
Yeah.
He's still hooping. The league is amazing.
I will say this. You mentioned something about LeBron MVP race. I feel like LeBron is always going to be in the MVP race until he decides to retire. Because I'm not going to say that's...
I feel like the media don't want to give it to him. I feel like the media be hating on LeBron because it's like, oh, Shea hasn't got one or this player hasn't got one. LeBron is still damn good. If LeBron really put his mind, I feel like again that was my pick. That was one of my picks for MVP, honestly.
But you giving it to him based off of his age and his status?
I'm giving it to him because I think the Lakers will get a top 5, top 4 seed, and I think he's going to average 25. I think and I think he's going to be hooping throughout the series.
The thing is, if the Lakers won more and they went further, would you have a problem with giving it to LeBron? Because his numbers are consistent.
Say it one more time, Randy.
The Lakers won more, would you have a problem giving LeBron MVP?
No.
Because when you look at it, LeBron always does his job. It's the people around him that fall off. Like he's a high dog. LeBron's a high IQ player, and dude knows what he's doing. He's a professional. He changed a lot of mindsets in the way he approaches the game, and dog can play. Like, he's proven it on every team he goes on. But I know at some point it's like he doesn't want to he doesn't want to carry the load as much.
I was just gonna say because you brought up LeBron, I was gonna ask about ESPN. This is their top 10 rankings, and I feel like we can and after this we got a few more questions. But let me ask you this: do you feel like they got this right? So I'm gonna announce this: top 10, Anthony Edwards at 10, Kevin Durant at 9. I even hate reading this because you can kill. I disagree with this list. Joel Embiid at 8, LeBron at 7, Steph Curry at 6, Jayson Tatum at 5, Shea at 4, Giannis at 3, Luka at 2, and number 1 is Nikola Jokic. Do you agree with this list? And if you had any changes,
as far as the order or just the guys being on the list, the top 10?
I feel like, let's say this. I feel like that's a great question. I meant the order because I feel like everybody on the top 10 should be on the top 10. Do you feel like somebody should be on there that's not?
Man, for some reason, man, I would take out Embiid. Embiid is a top 10, but every time I see him, I feel like he needs to be replaced because he's becoming injury prone. So I don't have. Yeah, I don't know.
You want me to trust the process?
I feel like he could be easily replaced with anybody. It's just that when he's on the court, he is top 10. But look,
Jalen Brown.
No, Embiid.
He could play. He just comes with baggage, bro. Like, dude, focus on the game. Stop playing too much. If Embiid took it as serious as Giannis, it would be a completely different game.
And you see,
he's not playing back to back.
Right.
Yeah.
And Shaq came out and replied like, the league is so much softer now. He doesn't understand why he feels like he can't play back to back. But and then he's already going to miss up to a week, and the season already open. So it's I don't know.
When I think of Joel Embiid, I think of like the BS that Draymond Green be doing, like that extra.
Let me ask y'all this. One of the comments.
Go ahead.
Oh, my fault if I cut you off, KG. One of the commenters put Wemby is going to change that list this year. Do you think he'll be top 10 before the end of the year?
The Spurs could operate.
Sky's the limit, man. His ceiling, yeah.
I feel like the Spurs gotta.
I think he's a little overrated. I don't think he's overrated.
I feel like we haven't.
No, we ain't going to hate you.
I don't feel like he's overrated. We just ain't see him like operate in a space where he's comfortable. Because all last season he was frustrated because, like, he was clearly the best player on that team at that time, and they weren't feeding the ball. So we're only running off of like just hopes. I want to see him like in that moment take that shot and see how he reacts. That tells you a lot about a player. Like. That's it.
I think he's a little overrated. I mean, I do. I think he's a little overrated.
Who else do you think is overrated?
It is what it is. I think he's a great player.
Who else do you think is overrated in the league?
Jayson Tatum. But I think Jayson Tatum this year is going to prove that he should be ranked in the top upper echelon of the league. I feel like with Wemby, it's just like a lot of hype because he's tall and he can do things that Kevin Durant can do, but I don't think he can do the things that Kevin Durant can do at the level Kevin Durant can do it at. So, and I think yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he feels. I feel like he feels, and I feel like the rest of the world feels like he's KD.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't expect Victor Wembanyama to average 30 points a game this year, like I would from a Kevin Durant. Like that's what I'm trying to say. So I think he's a great player, but I don't think he's top 10 in the league yet. I think he will be top 10 in the league. But I think I'd probably put him top 25 right now, and probably in the upper like 20. I think he's better than Zion right now. I'd probably rank him above Zion, and maybe even above Ja. But to say he's better than JT or like, would you rather have Anthony Edwards or Victor Wembanyama right now?
Ooh,
right now. Right now, Edwards because he's proven.
Yeah, give me Edwards.
And
so I don't know if he's
to piggyback off of what you said.
He said what? 20 and 10. I could see that.
Put up 20 and 10. I could agree with that as well, but. You remember when Zion came to the league and the whole league was in that space of damn, this kid might be the next LeBron? I think that's where everyone is with Wemby because we see the potential, it's up to the players. It's not up to us. We could see it within them. Like, everyone was making the comparison to Edwards and Jordan, but, you know, it didn't die down because Edwards low-key lived up to it. Like, you see him put the effort in, and he went out there and he chased it. So, like, I just feel like we're in that same space that we were back then. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just never been as talented as I've seen the W right now. Let's do this whole, and it's our last segment. So over under, let's go.
You said the W.
What are you gonna say? I'm still missing. I'm missing my women, man. I'm missing my. Listen, it's been a great WNBA season. I'm missing my. Let me say this thing. Over or under, let's go 25 points tonight for Jayson Tatum. Over under.
Over.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
It's a
I'm gonna
first
go over
night.
two.
Over.
I'm gonna go over 2P.
Great question.
So I'm gonna ask the same question about Anthony Edwards
LeBron's
and LeBron James. Over under.
Yeah.
Really?
I would say under for LeBron.
I'll say just based off LeBron's IQ.
8. Okay, let's go
34 layups a quarter off LeBron's IQ. 8.
You know what? The thing with LeBron is you'd be watching the game and then third quarter will hit and they'll say he has 19, 21 points. And you're like, wait, I don't recall him. He does it so effortlessly, like it just happens. So I could see him doing it, but it being the season opener, I just feel like Davis may go off or someone else or Reeves or, you know, and he likes to facilitate. Yeah. So
with all the new players, the rookies coming in, I just feel like this year LeBron has something to prove and he wants to set that tone because you can't, like, AD could be a top 5 player if he really wanted to, but AD has to decide.
I'm telling you,
he has to decide.
I agree.
He has spurts where it's like damn, that boy, he still got it, but that's really up to AD. And I feel like if you want to compare it to AD and LeBron, who can flip that switch easier, I give it to LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Like LeBron, I feel like LeBron wants to win. Like he has something to prove this year.
I feel like he got 2 more chips in him before he leaves. At least 1 more. I feel like he's gonna get 1 more before he leaves. And I feel like he's gonna get Bryson before he leaves too.
So how much longer y'all think he can play?
How much longer do I think he can play, or how much longer do I think he will play?
You think he can?
Yeah, I think he can play for 7 more years.
I'm telling you, bro. I agree.
LeBron's starting to play in that aspect.
Because in the off season he spends millions of dollars on his body, man. I'm telling you, he takes care of himself.
And even as he declines in his athleticism, his brain is like his basketball IQ is
increased.
Yeah. Right. Let's say if he didn't average, like, if he don't average 25, he could average 18, 7, and 7 and still be just as effective. So, like, I'm like, it depends on him how long he want to play. I really, because I could see him playing another 5-6 years at least. I really think he's gonna get bright. This is my thing for LeBron. I think he's either gonna. I think he's gonna do both. I think he's gonna get a ring before he leaves, and make sure he gets Bryce into the league. And I think he's gonna take it a step further. I think he's gonna wait until either Bryce or Bronny signs after the rookie extension. Like once they sign that rookie extension and they good for like 3 or 4 years after he good, I feel like he's gonna be like, okay, I'm done. Like I feel like around the time of the Los Angeles 2028 season, when they play into the Olympics, I feel like he'll play this season out his contract. He'll play in the Olympics, and then he'll ride into the sunset, knowing that both of his sons are in the NBA. Both of them got nice contracts, and he got his last ring, and he good.
And at that point, is he the greatest NBA player to ever play the game?
I got him over Jordan now. Like I don't need 6 rings to tell me he.
I'm not gonna lie. I grew up Jordan era, and last year it solidified it. Like LeBron, he's edging Jordan right now. I'm sorry. It's just I get Jordan got the more championships and everything, but what he's doing on the court and off the court, Keith,
Since he's been doing this shit since he's been like 14.
Bro.
He's been the best on every court. Like on the court where there's 10 people, he's been the best player since he's been like 14, bro. Like
remember we were talking about it.
Like you can't say that about MJ.
In the Olympics. You can tell, like, the league assembled the top 15 greatest NBA players in the league at the current moment. And you could tell when it was crunch time who was getting the ball. LeBron old ass. So that tells you how the other players view him.
It's true.
That's true. Yeah. I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
And, I just think, man, like, he said it. LeBron at times, like, you look in the third quarter, like, damn, how does the man get, like, how's he at 22 points? It's third quarter. He instead of, remember when he first came in the league, he was
like, you're watching the game and you're not realizing.
Backdoor cuts, just, fighting for the offensive rebound, doing the little things, taking his time. Like, yeah, LeBron doesn't play the same, but you could tell he's, like, picking and choosing his spots, and he's doing it well.
Still effective, bro.
Very, very effective. I guess with that being said, this is episode 1, Courtside. Y'all check in. I'm going to be live streaming daily. Key, Randy, everybody on TikTok, y'all listening. Actually, let me ask this last question before we leave, because Natural asked the question. Because he want to start the argument. We can start it, though, but I was about to end it. He said, who won more as the best player, though? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? We already know that answer collectively.
Yeah, we did. It's Jordan. Yeah. But I don't base it off of the right.
There's so many things to say to that. There's so many things. Who had better teammates? Who played in a more difficult era?
Exactly.
Like, there's
so many aspects to it.
Who didn't play out of high school?
If you add in all of what LeBron has done, like, bro, who's done it like LeBron? You put all your boys on.
That's what I'm saying.
We're comparing 6 to 4, but I'm like, look at everything else, like Randy just said.
And believe it or not, I was on the other side. Jordan is Jordan, but I got to give it up to LeBron. At this point, yeah, he edges Jordan, like, bro.
He's about to be the only player in league history to have 50K and 10K. Right, and that probably won't get broken until like the next 20 or 30 years when players just – because there's going to be a player that's just going to shoot threes, like at least 15 threes a game. That's going to happen. So until that happens, it's not going to happen. Caitlin. The only other player that I've had this amount of pressure is Caitlin. And Caitlin was not like LeBron's pressure. The hype around Caitlin was not the hype around LeBron.
Literally, like, met the bar every
so, yeah.
And he's lived up. He's overseeded. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. We were talking. I remember when we were talking about LeBron. We were talking about LeBron back in 2003, and I was like, "Yo, there's this kid that got a Hummer, and he just signed for jerseys." Yeah. I remember, we talking about him 10, 20 years later,
and still going. Still going. Yeah, bro.
This is crazy.
And you remember back in the day, it was all hearsay. You didn't. Back in the day, you didn't know. There was no social media.
I'm 34. This nigga's been balling for 20 years. Bro. That's not even a question. Yeah, I got Braun, bro. I got Braun.
I got Braun, bro. I gotta give it to him. All respect to Jordan, but I gotta give it to him. Just being honest. If they ask me what storyline would I want, I LeBron, bro. I'm playing with my son. I'm playing 40 years old. I'm the top scorer. I got championships. Like, bro.
I mean, all my people who grew up around me rich.
It's true.
Stop it.
My son now. Yeah. I get with that. If y'all got closing thoughts, Key, Randy, I'll let y'all go. Closing thoughts. Anything y'all want to say last?
I'm good. Appreciate it, fellas.
Any hot takes?
What you say, Randy? I heard you, Key. Hot takes. Like I said, my surprise pick for MVP would be Braun, but I'll say this: Go Heat. I hope. Hot takes. Miami Heat gonna be in the championship.
That's
run.
it.
I think Miami Heat.
That's how you close it out. That's how you close it out.
Player's about to be Bam. If he could get that consistent jump shot and his offensive game to consistently roll, it's gonna look ugly for some people now.
That's Bam has all the tools to be that. And I heard a rumor about he's shooting more threes this year. Is that true?
He's shooting threes, watch out.
I heard that.
He is.
I wouldn't even say if he's shooting threes. If he's just not afraid to shoot and just goes into a shot like three.
The mid range.
I feel like if he's just not afraid,
yeah,
because you could tell he's like overthinking and he doesn't want to miss. That's what it looks like. It's like he's thinking, I don't want to brick this. If he could just go into it like it's a practice shot, boy, some people in trouble.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, man.
It is a wrap. Speaking of wrap, that's episode 1. Courtside, we here. I appreciate y'all, Key, Randy. I appreciate y'all, Q.
All right, y'all boys.
Good chopping it up. Yo.
Yes, sir.